Hey, it's Susan Berkley, and I'm in between sessions here at the Great Voice Company studios, but I just wanted to take a couple of quick minutes and do a video for you on this week's Inside Voiceover e-zine. The subject is chops. And, you heard that term before. Usually it's applied to musicians. When you hear like a great player, that guitar player's got chops, that piano player's got chops. But I think it applies to voiceover too. And I've determined there are like 6 areas. If you want to develop your chops, if you want to become a maestro of the microphone, if you want people to say, he or she, you really know what you are doing in voiceover, these are the 6 areas that you really need to take a look at. The first one is the ability to take direction. Because, as voice talent, we are in service to somebody. The copywriter has a vision, the producer has a vision, the casting director has a vision, and we need to understand what they want. They're going to be giving us feedback, they'll be giving us direction, and we need to know how to take what they give us and translate that into what comes out of our mouth. So ability to take direction is number 1. The second is excellent voice control. Now, I don't mean by that the ability to do funny voices and voices other than your own, although that could come into play if you're doing cartoon voiceover, animation, or even audiobooks when you're doing voice characterizations. But I mean the ability to shade your reads with little nuances of inflection, of pitch. Those are the things that you learn, just like a guitar player knows how to pull the best out of his or her instrument. You need to know how to do the same with your voice in voiceover. The third is phrasing. Now, just like in singing, there's certain pieces of text we want to group together. We want to group like thoughts, and that really makes a difference with how you come across. Choppiness doesn't work. We want to be smooth, but how we phrase the text is really going to help people understand or actually interpret what we're saying. The next is timing. It is everything. I've talked about that before in Inside Voiceover. We are constrained usually within 30 and 60 seconds for commercials, and in reading to video for non-broadcast narrations, timing is also important. So you do need to understand how to shave seconds off or add seconds to the work that we're doing. Next, we come to acting skills. So if you've been a follower of mine for a while, you know that I'm always saying this is voice acting. It's not about your voice. It's the ability to take someone else's words, make them your own, determine who you are as a character, who you're talking to. Acting skills is important. That's number 5. And number 6 is emotional control. No divas, please. If things get a little nerve-wracking in the studio, you can't fall apart. You have to maintain a cool, calm, collected exterior, and that is what I call the inner game of voiceover. So I've got some great programs coming up. We just finished our boot camp this last weekend in New York City at Avatar Studios. It was phenomenal. What a great time we had. You'll see the picture of all the folks who joined me in this week's e-zine up at the top of the page. But I'm already working on my next project, which is going to be called a virtual boot camp, because I know a lot of you wanted to come, but you couldn't. So stay tuned, because in the next few days, I'm going to have a big announcement about how you can join me working from the comfort of your home. And that way you can just kick back. You don't have to travel anywhere. I think you're going to really love it. So that's what's coming next from the Great Voice Company. And I'll talk to you soon. I'm Susan Berkley from greatvoice.com.